Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Trip. I'm here with.
Promise Child.
Yeah, man. So what we talking about today, man?
We talk about how why and how so much hate in our communities and why we feel the way we feel about each other. You know, and that's what we're gonna talk about today.
All right. So, man, how I feel about it, man? How I feel about hate? I feel like hate is something that, like, you gotta like somebody to hate somebody. Like, that's how I feel about hate. Or you gotta like something about what that person is doing. Like, if it's a man that plays basketball, he can shoot threes real good, and he just popping threes on you the whole time y'all playing. Like, you don't necessarily hate that man, but you hate the fact that he could pop threes real good, and in fact, you wish that's something that you can do, incorporate in your game. So that's an example of hate, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about hate. Like, as far as a people, and the way how we change that is boss up, man. You know what I'm saying? Give 110% of anything you do. Like, when you do that, you ain't got time to hate, man. When you bossing up and you saying, look, I'm gonna make a change and I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something better. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily better as the next person. Just do something better in yourself. Become better. You know what I'm saying? Like, before you start anything, I mean, you gotta become better at what you doing and how you are doing it. And even when you like in the middle of a process of doing anything, it's about you becoming better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, hate stems from, a lack of knowing yourself. You understand what I'm saying? When you understand who you are, right? Whether you may believe in God, whether you may believe in yourself, but at the end of the day, there's a gift that's inside of you that you have to tap in and bring out. So hate comes from being told every day that only a few people in the hood is better than you, right? So, like you used the analogy with playing basketball, right? In every society, in every nation, in every community, there is ways, or I should say, there's like a process of you knowing yourself and you growing on a daily basis. So, okay, in our community, we praise the rappers, we praise the drug dealers, we praise the entertainers, and we feel like in our communities that's the only way to make it. And I'm like, yo, when you think about LeBron James, right? You be like, yo, LeBron James is great. He get out there, he do this, he do that. But what about the dude that got him on camera? Mm-hmm. What about the guy that's running up and down the court with him, catching everything that he does? You know what I'm saying? And that right there show, listen, he's great with the camera, but he's great with the basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about that. So, in order to stop this thing, man, we have to love ourselves. And what mostly happens in the community is we don't love ourselves. So we don't know how great we are. And we've been told that only this is great. You know, pushing kilos, selling weed, that is great. But what about the dude that cut everybody's grass in the neighborhood? Yeah. You know, when family come over, oh, your grass look good. I want my grass cut. You understand what I'm saying? So who's to be worshipped? The guy that cut the grass or the person that owned the house and throwing the cookout? I say both of them. You understand what I'm saying? You got the person that's making the good burgers, and then you got the person that's cutting the grass. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what these brothers have to sit back and they have to realize and understand. No one talent is greater than the other. It's unit building. You know what I'm saying? We building, nation building. We pulling our talents together and we putting it together. You can't put me on the court and I look great. You understand what I'm saying? People say, man, boy, go and get up off that court. You can't play. It's like he's just trying to get some exercise. Yeah. You know? So
what you basically saying is like hate stems from one not working within their gifts. Right. When they're watching somebody doing what they're put here to do, and when they try to go out and do it, they're not as great as that person doing what they put here to do. So that's what hate basically stems from. Or and is hate stems from, it's a various of things. Hate can stem from your parents. Hate can stem from your grandparents, your granddaddy, oh boy, you can't do this, or you can't do that, you gotta go to work like I did. I went to work for 25 years and still ain't got nothing. So they trying to put what they been through on you. So that's what basically it kind of stem from. Like, it comes from, sometimes it can come from you hating on the next person doing what they doing, or it could come from your parents telling you can't do this. So in your mind you feel like you can't. Hate can come from you just basically really liking a person and like what they do, but you don't know how to show it. You could be saying, oh damn, I like what them brothers doing, or I like what they doing, versus saying, damn, man, forget them, man. I don't care about that. You know what I mean? Fuck them. They ain't doing. You know what I mean? They ain't doing what I'm doing. But in reality, you wish you could be doing what they doing, or you wish you could be where they at. So, like my man said, man, the best way to dead all that and avoid all that is just to love yourself, man. Because when you love yourself, you gonna work on yourself. Every day you gonna wake up like, damn, I gotta get this right. And especially if you want to start a business, man. Like, if you feel like you want to start a business, what are you doing? What are you doing towards that business? First, you got to start. Like, what are you doing with at home? Like, are you doing your research? Are you researching about the businesses? Are you getting the numbers ready? Are you feeling like, oh, you ain't got no job? How much money you need to get this? How much money you need to get your camera equipment? If you got a job, if you at your job, say if you got a job and you don't want to be there, and you basically hating on your job, like, you know what I'm saying? Say if you got a job and you don't want to be there, okay, what you got? What you want to do? Say you want to be a cameraman, you at a job, you don't want to be there, and you know your camera costs $200. What you gonna do, bro? If you at a job and you know you don't want to be there, and you want to get your camera equipment, what you gonna do?
You gonna stack them checks up and you gonna get that camera equipment.
Exactly. Elaborate on that. Like, when say if you want to start a business and you want to. What are the things you gotta have in order to begin something? You know what I'm saying? Like, tell them what the things you gotta have in order to begin something. Like, far as your finance, your mental health. Are you ready to start a business? You know what I'm saying? Are you high tempered? You know what I'm saying? Can you work with people? Do you have a big ego? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the things? Or what's your living situation? Are you living somewhere and they don't want you there? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole lot of things you got to get right before you even start something. So that's what I want you to elaborate, as far as the mental aspect of doing something. Like,
at the end of the day, you should just do it, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep using entertainers and athletes and rappers as an example. Before they even made $1 off of what they did, they just did it. You understand what I'm saying? They took what they had and they turned it to something. It's like you got to use what you have at that particular moment. It ain't about, okay, if you want to go cut grass, perfect example. You live in a neighborhood that's full of houses, or you might just live in an apartment complex, but it's some houses across the street or down the street from it. And you say, hey, well, I want to start this. I want to start my lawn care business. And I say, brother, go and start your lawn care business, right? And let's say you working your 9 to 5 at the time, because we still have to pay bills. And I wouldn't tell anybody to go out and just quit their job, you know.
Just using what you got at home.
Just use what you got at home, or, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do.
Or use the job.
Yeah, use the job to get where you need to get to in life. Use that as a stepping stool. So if you got these houses in this neighborhood and you already have a lawnmower. Let's say you already have the lawnmower, right? You went and bought the lawnmower with your last check. You say, man, I got to get me a truck. No, you don't. Let's say you have 100 houses in your neighborhood. You bound to get 30 of them. You understand what I'm saying? You bound to get 30 or at least 25. So you can walk around that neighborhood and you could go cut these yards. Next thing you know, your business starting to grow. It's starting to go to the top now. You know, you went from making $700 a day, now you making $1,500 to $2,000 a day. Just an example. Now you employing your homeboys. Your homeboys ain't got a job now. And now you doing that. You understand what I'm saying?
So you basically saying it's never a bad situation, it's just the mindset.
It's always the mindset. And the thing about business, I was listening to the brother Louis Farrakhan speak at one time, and he was saying how business was warfare, and he was talking about as well how business, how any other creature on this earth doesn't wait for anybody else to do anything for them. You understand what I'm saying? So in business, if you got to go do what you got to do for yourself, and that's why we say do what you love to do. And now, according to the self-hatred that we were speaking on, every day, wake up and just tell yourself you love yourself. Right? Just look at yourself and tell yourself you love yourself. And go do something that you know that you will stand up and have pride in. You know, all this connect with each other. Self-love, business, all of this. You doing the business that you love to do, you're going to have so much pride in it. You're going to be like, you just going to be smiling. You see them shoulders start to raise up. You ain't slouching no more. You ain't lazy no more because you doing what you love to do on a daily basis.
Exactly, man. And shout out to the brother E.T. the preacher, man. I'm kind of paraphrasing right now, but what I was listening to one of these speeches he was giving, and he was saying, like, if you had a job or something, it's either two things you could do. You could either boss up or leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as what my man did, my man said he wanted to start your organization, and what he did. Tell him what you did, man.
All I did is just got to it.
He got to it. He had a job.
And had the job, quit the job, and now this is the process of building.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? To reach out. And this word will go out to the universe, and to the world for people to understand. Starting your business, you don't have to do anything spectacular. All you got to do is just start.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Why I ain't mean to put you on the spot, but what I was saying by that is, he was at a job that he didn't very much like. He had the two things. He could have easily went to the job. He could have easily went to the job and bossed up and had his own, did this, had his own workers, and did this and did that. But he said he wanted to, it's not for him. He said he wanted to start his Unity Nationalist organization. He said he wanted to start it.
Unity Nation.
Yeah, Unity Nation. He said he wanted to start that, so that's what he went out and did. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you either could leave your gig and you want to start your business, go ahead and start. Or either boss up. It's a mindset. Because I'm talking to all y'all right now. I know it's people that with jobs and y'all want to start and y'all want to go out and do things. You know what I'm saying? You got bills, you got kids. This the mindset you gotta have. You're not working for that person. You working for them kids. You're not working for that job. You working for that car you need to go get. Or you working for that new tires you need to get because your tires in your car about to go. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. Oh, I need $300 to go start my business. Well, as soon as you get that $300, go start that business and bounce. You know what I'm saying? Use them people, because at the end of the day, you're not living in your dream. You're living in who dream, bro?
You living their dream.
Your employer, man. Elaborate on that as far as living your dream, man.
You have to live your dream, and once you go get a job, they always hit you with a job description. How about you get up and you formulate your own job description of what you want to do with your life? Because trust me, it's going to be so much precious for you to get up and for you to produce your own. Exactly. You know, I was saying earlier, and I was talking and I was saying how we got so many beautiful women who can cook. So many of our goddesses that can cook, and that's just an example I'm gonna use. Obviously, you can see I like to eat. So it's so many sisters that could cook, and I say, why you just don't start up your own restaurant? Why your restaurant could go head to head with the so-called giants? As you see, the so-called giants, you could become a giant by owning your own restaurant with your own recipes. And it's something that you love to do as well, or someone who does hair for a living, or someone who babysits for a living. You can start your own daycare. You understand what I'm saying? See, when you think of a business, you think of something, you know, people like to think of this most spectacular thing, like you gotta have millions of dollars. No, your business is your lifestyle. When you think of a dog, when you think of a bird, When you think of that squirrel that wake up every day, what is his business? To go get him a nut, right? Nobody has to tell him to go get it. When you think of that bird, what does that bird eat? A worm. When you think of that shark in the ocean, when that shark gets up every day, what does it do? It handles its business. Business ain't this thing that you, this whatever you thinking it is. Get that out your mind. Your business is your lifestyle. That's all.
Man, it's basically about giving yourself 110%, man. You don't need money to give yourself 110%. You know what I'm saying? You don't need somebody to tell you what to do to give you 110%. You got to do that for yourself. When you wake up, just like, you know what I'm saying? Is your body right? Like, you feel something wrong with your body, you wake up, do 10, 20 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? You wake up, you feel like you're not in the right place, in the right mind. Man, go get you some new paint your wall. If you feel like you want to be at the beach, paint the fucking beach on your wall. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you create your own world. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you don't need money, to create your own world. If you around people that talk bad about people all day, you wanna this person, when they got to fight, and this person got to fight, and that person got to fight. Get away from the people, because the people that you're gonna be around is the person that you are going to be. You got to be around like-minded people that lift you up. You know what I'm saying? People that want to see you doing good, and they want to see themselves doing good. You know what I'm saying? People that genuinely care about you. You know what I'm saying? And it's also an ego thing. Because some people got the ego thing, well, you can't tell me nothing, you can't tell me this, or I can do what I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Ego could be in your way a whole lot. Am I right?
Yeah, ego could be in your way. And a lot of people are like that, man, because a lot of people have been, especially in our communities, man. You tell somebody you want to be something, and they shoot it down, they laugh at you. Oh, that's impossible. You can't do that. Boy, go get you a job. Or, man, nigga, go get you a job. Nigga, you better go ahead and flip this pack, nigga. You can't do that. You can't be a rapper. You can't have your own podcast. You can't, and this is what you hear every day. So a lot of people do form the ego to give them a drive.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
In our black community, we hear that at such a young age. Like from elementary school on up, we hear that at such a young age. That's why we are motivated to do what we got to do, and that can create an ego, like my man just said. Like somebody telling you that you can't do something, and eventually that you do it. Like somebody telling you, I ain't graduate high school, I had to go get a job, and you like, no, I'm gonna graduate high school, and then you graduate high school, but that was the peak of your life. Just all you wanted to do to prove somebody wrong, and now you got out of high school. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said creating that ego is a bad thing, because ego could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. It could be the thing to make you and break you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you got to be willing to work with people and listen to constructive criticism. Take criticism, you know what I mean? Even take criticism from your hater, like we were just talking about the other day. The hater's going to be the most likely person to tell you the truth.
Right. And that's the truth. Your enemy sees the flaws in you that you know that you have, and sometimes your enemy exposes them flaws that you have. And every day, man, just work on those flaws. Like every day I got flaws that I have to work on. You understand? We all do. None of us have a wrath. But the main thing is, man, love yourself, do what you gotta do, create your own, because what you gonna do when them grocery stores don't open up no more? What you gonna do when your job decide to lay you off and tell you can't come back? That $30,000-$40,000 a year. What you gonna do if that happens to you? Right? Or you gonna go get unemployment? That's gonna be your I'm just gonna get unemployment till I find. No, create your own. Do what you love to do, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is, do what you love to do.
And I want to say, man, like, because there's people out here that got jobs, they dream jobs that they want to be in, at the company they want to be in. This is not for y'all. Y'all living out y'all dream. If you that 15-year-old and now you 25-year-old and all your life you said you wanted to work at Google and you worked your butt off to get that internship, and then you start working at Google, I salute you, because you worked your way up. But what we're talking about, we're preaching black excellence and black ownership. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're talking about with Unity Nation. Black excellence, black ownership, black nationalism. You know what I'm saying? We're not discrediting any other race. It's not to discredit any other race. It's not to discredit the Latino community, the white community, the Asian community, the European community, or the African community. But you know what I'm saying? We're African ourselves. We're African before we're American. That's why we're preaching this black nationalist. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many of us in the community that's down stricken and like stolen, and it's like a lot of stuff been stolen from us. Far as like everything in our community that black people came about, a lot of that stuff been stolen, and history has been lost, and a lot of people don't know about what we came from and what we can do and where we're going. So that's why we're preaching black nationalism, because there's a lot of things that we could do and change as a community. Even if we don't reach the whole world, if we reach this little section in Richmond, Virginia, then I feel that we did a great job. You know what I'm saying? But we're preaching this, and we tell them we want to reach the youth, we want to reach black business owners, and we just want to touch people in a way where we could come together and unify and be strong and not be broken and not come apart. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way we can do this is by unity.
Yeah, and like what Tupac said he may not be the one that changed the world, but he may inspire or